Hello everyone, welcome back to Kenwood Kids Club. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really nice lemon meringue pie, which is perfect for summer. So this recipe consists of three main components. We have the pie crust, we have the lemon filling, and then we have the meringue. And I'm going to start by showing you how to make the pie crust. So the ingredients you will need is 250 grams of all-purpose flour. You'll need 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, or you can use caster sugar. You'll need some ice cold water, 1 egg yolk and some salt. We'll also need 155 grams of unsalted or salted butter. So I already have the flour in my food processor here, which is by Kenwood, and it's really good. I'm going to start by adding the icing sugar and a pinch of salt. If you are using salted butter, then you won't have to do this step. Now we're going to put the lid on, and you want to blend it in pulses until it reaches like a breadcrumb kind of look. Now your mixture should look something like this, like breadcrumbs. Now we're going to add in our egg yolk, and this just makes the dough a lot richer. And we're going to add in like around 1 tablespoon of our ice cold water to start with. And just pulse that. To make the dough start to come together properly, we're going to continue adding some water. As you can see through the mixer, it's starting to form like a dough-like consistency. So now I'm going to tip it out onto a clean work surface. Once it's formed a ball like this, you want to wrap it up in cling film and leave it in the fridge for about half an hour, or the freezer for about 15 minutes. So now that our pastry is out of the fridge, it's now time to roll it out. And you want to repeatedly turn the dough so it doesn't start to stick to your surface. Here I have a 9-inch tart tin with a removable base. You want to get a tin like this to make your pie in. And I folded the pastry in half. Pick it up with both hands and just place it in the middle like this. And then put this one over. Now to put it into the sides, you want to just lift it up and then like press inwards. Now using clean scissors or a knife, you want to cut around the edge of the pastry, but leave about half a centimetre over so that the pastry doesn't shrink so much. And now pour in some baking beans. You can also use just dried beans or rice. This is going to make sure that the dough doesn't puff up too much. Now that the pastry has finished chilling, we're going to put it in the oven for around 20 minutes first, and then we're going to remove this and we're going to cook it for a further 10 to 15 minutes. Now that the pastry case is out of the oven, what we're going to do now is cut around the edge to make it flush with the tin. It's time to make the filling. So to start off, I have 4 egg yolks here. I'm going to add that into a medium-sized bowl. And I also have a whole tin of condensed milk, and we're going to pour all of that in there. My tin is also 397 grams. I also have the zest of 2 lemons. I'm going to put that in there. And here I have the juice of 3.5 lemons. If you don't like it as lemony, you can just use 3 lemons. And if you like it quite lemony, then you can use 4 whole lemons. Now the mixture should look something like this. We're going to give it one final mix. And now we're going to pour it into our pastry. This is now going to go back in our oven preheated to 140 degrees fan, and we're going to bake this for 15 minutes. This has now been baking for 15 minutes and is fully set. Now you want to leave it to the side to cool down until it's cool to the touch, and then you want to put it in the freezer for around 10 minutes so that it just becomes chilled. Before setting it to the side to cool, you also want to remove the tin to allow it to cool faster. And it's at this point you want to transfer it to your platter. While our pie is in the freezer chilling, it's now time to make our meringue. The meringue that I'm going to make for this pie is a Swiss meringue, which is basically sugar and egg or egg whites whisked together over a bain-marie, and then you pour it into your mixer and then whisk it till it's light and fluffy. Now that our egg white mixture is in our bowl, we want to put it on a high speed to mix. The egg whites are finished mixing now, and it's been mixing for around 3 minutes. And it's now very stiff peaks, like this. In here I have a piping bag fitted with a 1M tip, I think. Yeah, 1M tip. You don't even have to pipe on there. I just want to make it look like extra pretty, but you can just pile this on there straight away. Now I'm going to start off by piping rosettes all around and filling the center with rosettes. I'm going to work my way up, making it like a dome full of flowers out of meringue. Now that we've finished piping our meringue onto our pie, it's time to toast it. So if you don't have a blowtorch like I'm going to be using, you can just put this underneath your grill in your oven at a very, very high temperature until it starts to brown slightly. I really advise you to have supervision or get an adult to do it for you. And now our lemon meringue pie is complete. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe and enjoyed this video, and I hope that you make this for summer to share with your friends and family, because it is a really, really nice dessert. And it's super pretty when you pipe it like this. Even when you put it all on top, it's super pretty. Please subscribe and stay tuned for future videos. Bye.